Howl's moving castle. Sophie could break her curse early. Although it was difficult for Sophie to break the Witch of the Waste spell, Sophie was able to break the curse earlier thanks to a small factor. Studio Ghibli Howl's Moving Castle has received praise for its high-quality visuals and script, as well as its excellent storyline. Based on the same-name novel, Howl's Moving Castle is about a young woman named Sophie who dedicates herself to her late father's hat shop. After meeting a famous wizard named Howl, Sophie was cursed by the Witch of the Waste for being jealous of her, causing her to leave town and find a way to break the curse. Sophie didn't know that the original curse would soon disappear on its own. However, from the beginning, the character Sophie was created with a lack of confidence and an old soul, so she accidentally prolonged the curse. Originally, the curse didn't need sublime magic to solve, but it depended on Sophie herself to break it. Here are the main reasons why Sophie couldn't break the curse from the beginning, even though the curse depends on herself to break it. Not brave enough to follow the heart. As the oldest sister in the family, Sophie felt that her responsibility was to take care of her late father's hat shop. Letty advised her to live her own life and follow the path she really wanted to go. Even though Sophie knew that Letty meant well and cared about her, she still didn't care and went back to the hat shop. Even though Sophia may have had dreams, she feels like she can't do what she wants just because she's the oldest. She is unable to think for herself, and instead follows what society expects of her, which also inadvertently affects her curse. Always self-deprecating about appearance. Sophie never believed that she was beautiful. She is very self-deprecating even when she receives compliments from others. She was even angry with Howl when he was upset just because the hair color was not as expected. After being cursed, Sophie seemed to become a little younger for brief moments, but the curse also made Sophie sometimes look older. That shows this is how she feels about herself. Considers herself unattractive, not beautiful regardless of whether she is old or young. On the other hand, Letty seems to be very confident with her appearance and doesn't care what other people think of her. Therefore, if Letty had been cursed by the Witch of the Waste, she might have been able to break the curse in no time. Afraid to admit feelings? During her time living with Howl, Sophie began to have feelings for him. This was exactly because when Suleiman, the king's personal wizard, began to speak ill of Howl, Sophie did not hesitate to defend him, and bravely spoke out against the accusations about him. At this time, Sophie's appearance became as young as before. However, Sophie immediately turned back into an old woman when Suleiman realized her feelings, and said that she had fallen in love with Howl. She is too scared and embarrassed to admit it, because she thought with her looks and abilities, Howl wouldn't accept her feelings. However, the fact that she was stronger because of Howl proved to be an important step in gaining her own confidence, which is why she was able to break her curse for a short time.